Did you know a simple layer of sand could revolutionize the tobacco industry? In this 10-minute video, we test an invention that can save human lives and the world's forests. You are about to witness a breathtaking comparison of a standard filter burning versus the instant self-extinguishing of our sand-filtered cigarette. You will see how we use the advanced chemical analysis equipment, the GC/MS machine, to scientifically prove the reduction of toxins. And most importantly, you will see how this simple idea eliminates the risk of devastating wildfires caused by cigarette butts forever. Stay with us until the end. Hello, and welcome to EcoNovum. This is the place where no global problem is too big to be solved by a simple idea and a bit of engineering courage. Our philosophy is direct. We don't wait for universities or multi-million-dollar labs. We believe that true innovation happens when a focused individual, using simple resources, decides to build a working solution. Many of us have brilliant ideas, but hesitation or a lack of confidence stops us from creating a prototype. At EcoNovum, we tear down those barriers. Everything you see here is personally built and tested, not to demonstrate perfection, but to prove the functionality and efficacy of the core concept. It's interesting to note that my professional background is in electrical engineering, yet to solve this problem, I ventured into the field of materials and chemistry. This invention, the sand-filtered cigarette, has not only secured a registered patent, but also earned a bronze medal at the international invention competitions. This proves that with focus and perseverance, you can become a specialist and innovate in any field. An important note, to reduce production time and focus on delivering core content, I have processed the text using artificial intelligence for the voiceover. I have tried my best to synchronize the audio with the visuals, but I apologize in advance if the synchronization isn't perfect. However, the information presented will certainly be beneficial to you. And now, a special offer for loyal viewers. As you know, I always save the last piece of cake for those who watch the entire video. At the very end of this presentation, I will reveal why has this invention, despite its numerous advantages, not yet achieved full commercial success. I will also share the origin of this invention's idea and how you, too, can generate professional ideas in your specialized field and pursue them professionally. These projects are just the beginning. They have paved the way for a much larger innovation, the Energy Tower. This is an international invention designed to not only generate reliable, sustainable electricity from wind and solar, but also provide vital mobile and internet infrastructure. This tower has solved all the inherent challenges associated with traditional renewable power plants. And this is where you come in. I am actively seeking investors and motivated partners to help us turn the Energy Tower into a global reality. If you believe in large-scale ideas with world-changing impact, I am ready to collaborate. Now, let's look at how we can save lives in our planet's forests with a simple layer of sand. The motivation for this invention comes from a critical safety flaw in conventional cigarettes. When smokers seek their required nicotine dose, they often take deeper, final puffs. This intense heat causes the cellulose acetate filter at the end of the tobacco column to combust. This combustion releases highly toxic and carcinogenic fumes directly into the user's lungs. To paraphrase a critical finding, cancer often begins with that final deep drag on a burning filter. But the danger doesn't end with the user. Every year, several billions of these filters are tossed out. A cigarette filter is an artificial and irresolvable material. We face problems like the irresolvability of filters, toxic substances polluting groundwater, and animal poisoning due to eating abandoned filters. The third, and often most visible, threat is the risk of fire. Many smokers, aware of the nasty taste or heat of the burning filter, discard their cigarette butts before they are fully extinguished. All it takes is one small, smoldering ember thrown into dry grass to ignite a disaster. This careless act is a leading cause of devastating wildfires across forests and rangelands worldwide. Our invention seeks to eliminate all three of these threats simultaneously through a simple, yet revolutionary, change. The proposed method of this innovation is based on incorporating a layer of sand particles between the tobacco and the cellulose acetate filter. This simple structure is divided into three parts. 1. Tobacco. 2. Sand. And 3. Conventional filter, cellulose acetate. Here is how it works. When the consumer lights the cigarette, the smoke is drawn through both filters. However, once the burning tobacco reaches the sand layer, part 2, the cigarette is automatically extinguished. The non-combustible sand absorbs the heat, instantly stopping the burn. This self-extinguishing feature has 3 immediate benefits. The fire is put out, preventing accidental fires when the butt is discarded. The smoker can be confident that they will not inhale the burning filter, eliminating that cancer risk. The smoker can confidently enjoy the cigarette to the very end, ensuring they receive the necessary nicotine. The sand also acts as a natural, secondary filter. As the smoke passes through the fine sand grains, an appreciable amount of tar and harmful substances are captured. The grain size is critical. We recommend fine sand with diameters typically between 0.05 millimeters and 2 millimeters, as used in fine construction materials. By ensuring that the consumer can draw the cigarette fully to the sand barrier, their required nicotine level is satisfied. This, in turn, may reduce the craving to immediately light another cigarette. To scientifically validate the reduced harm, we employed advanced analytical techniques, specifically gas chromatography, mass spectrometry, GC/MS, along with UV visible spectroscopy. Gas chromatography is an efficient physical method for separating, identifying, and quantifying the volatile and semi-volatile components of mixtures. We needed GC/MS because it allows us to quickly separate the chemical components of cigarette smoke and then, using the mass spectrometer, identify the exact toxic and carcinogenic compounds produced. We compared the smoke from a standard filter against the smoke from our sand-filtered cigarette. In the preparation phase, we simulated smoking by drawing the smoke from both types of cigarettes into a liquid solvent using a syringe. This sample, now containing the smoke components, was then injected into the heated chamber of the GC/MS. The components instantly vaporize and are carried by an inert gas through the column, where they separate based on their chemical properties. As each component exits, the mass spectrometer identifies it. This process provides a clear, quantitative measure of harmful substances. The practical tests, documented in the time-lapse sequences, definitively show the self-extinguishing property. The standard filter continues to burn, while the sand-filtered cigarette instantly halts combustion. Furthermore, the GC/MS results are conclusive. While one set of data identifies 30 different toxic substances in the smoke of a conventional cigarette, the comparative charts clearly show the positive impact of the sand filter. We observed a significant reduction in volatile and harmful compounds, proving that the sand layer enhances filtration and safety, even beyond its self-extinguishing function. The tobacco industry is a multi-billion-dollar global market, and any simple, cost-effective safety innovation carries immense market potential. Our self-extinguishing, sand-filtered cigarette offers a powerful competitive advantage for manufacturers. Simplicity and low cost. The process is a minor manufacturing modification, making mass production cheap and feasible. Global safety compliance. It addresses 2 major global issues, health risks and fire hazards, positioning it as a socially responsible product. Massive upscale potential. The simple inclusion of sand creates a product with significant added value in both safety and public relations. This is a patentable concept ready to be licensed to major tobacco corporations looking for safer, environmentally friendly alternatives. Our journey on EcoNovum always reinforces one belief: the courage of simple ideas. We have demonstrated that a universal problem, the triple threat of cigarette consumption, can be significantly mitigated by introducing a few grains of sand. The last piece of cake. Why didn't the idea succeed? We presented this invention, which had key positive features like cheap and accessible sand, self-extinguishing properties, reduced craving for a second cigarette due to nicotine satisfaction, and dual filtration, along with one of my professors, to several major American companies. At one of the companies, with whom we had the most extensive discussions, a point was raised that I had never considered. What do you think was the fatal flaw of this simple and practical invention? Exactly. The problem was weight. They pointed out that the slight increase in weight from the sand in each cigarette, when scaled up to millions of export cartons, exponentially increased the total weight of the export shipment and, consequently, the transport costs. I was genuinely frustrated by this. as we were on the verge of success. I don't know, perhaps one day this weight issue can be solved by substituting a lighter material, or a new manufacturer will take interest in this idea. But this is not the end of the story. It's the beginning of the next idea. The origin of the idea. The process for this invention was very simple. I wrote down the problems. Why do people feel the urge to light a second cigarette? Why do accidental fires happen? I realized the root of both problems lay in the final puffs. Then I thought, how can I ensure smokers safely draw those last puffs while simultaneously providing self-extinguishing and filtration features? Here's the key takeaway. Once you clearly write down the problem, you are halfway there. The other half just requires focused, creative thinking. You, too, can use this exact method to turn a problem in your field into a successful invention. I encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching.